Hi, and welcome to Goddess Calling, our next installment in the series. And this is called The Fires of Transformation. Have you given fire much thought lately? Have you really thought about fire, particularly as an instrument of change and transformation? You might have realized the four elements are not just components of the universe or Gaia, but of our own inner psyches or temperament as well. Earth is more than synonymous with the cardinal direction of the north and the physical land upon which we walk, but it embodies who we are and the gateway to manifestation. It is our physical journey of life. Water is not only representative of the westerly direction, it is also our emotions, inner vision, feelings, and intuition. Air in the east represents our psyche's ability to know, communicate, clarify, and contemplate. Air fuels the vehicles of our creations. Fire, creative and destructive, and perhaps the most potentially volatile of the elements, hails from the south. It is the heat that stokes our passion and sexuality and arouses our will. It is the catalyst for growth and transformation. Experiencing the fire within, we are transmuted and we affect factors outside ourselves, like falling dominoes, triggering, sparking, activating, and inciting further change. With fire, we take flight, we purify, we morph, we explode onto the world and transition from one thing to another. Unlike the other elements, fire does not exist in a natural state. It takes physical form by overtaking or consuming the other elements. Thus, it is the master transformer. It is affected by the other three substances, and vice versa. Alone, fire, or the sun, creates heat or temperature, but add air, and the planet has water. Add wind to a small flame, and you might create a firestorm. Add fire to oxygen, and you have an explosion. When certain elements of the earth mix with flame, we create bronze, iron, or copper instruments, weaponry, or jewelry. Lasers come to mind as coming from a form of fire, as well as electricity or solar power. Add the rays of the sun to growing things, and photosynthesis occurs. With too much heat and not enough water, dehydration and withering occurs. Add water to fire and we get steam or combustion. Scientists say the ultimate fiery explosion, the Big Bang, spewed forth the planets of the universe. Add the warmth of heat to food and we have cooking. Mix fire with potions and we have created medicine. Ancient alchemists were believed to be able to apply fire to base metals to create gold. Anyone who sat around a campfire or by a crackling hearth knows the trance-like state the dancing flames might induce. Even the destructive nature of wildfire or lava is known to have positive benefits of purifying and cleansing, making way for new growth. Fire's active and projective nature gives us the strength, endurance, passion, and will to grow and change. It enables us to stand in our truth and integrity and face adversity. Fire can be synonymous with the growing pains of coming into one's own power. It is about fashioning the tools of trust, faith, and prayer to help us in times of need. It's about standing firm when our abilities and beliefs are tested. It is about maneuvering the treacherous gauntlet of politics. Fire helps us burn away fear and self-doubt. We emerge from the cauldron steeled, liberated, and empowered. We have all heard of trials by fire. Life sometimes throws those tests our way, and how we respond is the measure of who we are. Fire demands we stand up and be counted and help lead the way. How we manage our fire may take the form of how we maneuver in the world within personal relationships, business or social partnerships, and spiritual commitments in communities. Can we manage volatile situations, tempering hostility and fear with diplomacy and reason? How do we manage our will and passion, our ego and ambition? Are they in harmony and balance? Are they responsibly and passionately directed? Are we a steady flame, or do we burn out quickly? In other words, are we tenacious and focused to get a job done, or do we tend to give up and not have any staying power? Fire teaches us about anger, rage, and boundaries. For a long time, women were taught to be nice, not make waves, and be charming and polite. These can all be positive attributes under the right circumstances. Fire teaches one to know her personal boundaries and to learn to say no without guilt when someone crosses a line. Fire gives one permission to have justifiable anger and rage. Fire enables us to dare and risk, but we must be sure we temper that with reason. Fire is about tapping into and harnessing the energy of the universe as well as the personal power or potential within. It is about learning to direct that power toward an intention for positive effect or healing. This can be called prayer or magic. Having good motivation and intention is of utmost importance when projecting one's will. Fire is also about knowing when to surrender and trust. Obviously, fire is about change and transformation. It can be an obvious positive change or an uncomfortable transition, but often I have found even the latter was not without benefit. You just have to look for the gift. Can you see the benefit a wildfire or spewing lava might bring? Fire gives us the tenacity to break bad habits and perhaps cleanse ourselves of dis-ease. We can further work with fire as a symbol for authority, leadership, and self-empowerment. This can be done using visualization or with direction of our will in prayer and meditation, alone or in a group ritual. More linear methods, such as research and study, might be employed as well, especially when you have to tenaciously dig deep and find the facts. Goddess spirituality provides a toolbox of practices to help us understand fire, harness it, and make the powerful element our friend. We can use archetypes of fire and work with the aspects associated with that power using sacred symbols or individual goddesses, such as the lion-headed Egyptian goddess Sekhmet. The Lady of Tenacity Manifested is the new name I have coined for Sekhmet, adding to her thousands of ancient ones. After walking with her for years, discussing her with Reverend Patricia Perlman, former caretaker of the Sekhmet Temple outside Las Vegas, Nevada, I believe Sekhmet teaches courage, strength, and integrity. Those who fear Sekhmet fear their own power. For women, she is particularly important because she teaches us to empower ourselves, to know our strength, and to never let another take our power away. She schools us in confidence and sends lessons our way to steel and enable us. She allows us to grow and find the inner drive and determination to see things through. She is that energy and power down deep inside that can be called up when we must stand up and be counted, to speak out or to make things happen. She teaches us to say no. As such, she's the perfect goddess for male and female feminists who are tenaciously struggling for a world of justice and equality. Her lesson of tenacity is not unlike water that wears away rock, bit by bit, slowly, continually, never giving up. She is the constant ebb and flow back and forth, one step forward, two steps back, until success is achieved. Sekhmet is associated with the sun, which can either be life-giving and sustaining or deadly under adverse or careless circumstances. In understanding this aspect, she teaches us diligence and discernment. As we come into our power, we must also come to know the importance of employing care, personal responsibility, and accountability in all we do. Genevieve Vaughn, benefactress of the Sekhmet Temple outside Las Vegas, draws comparisons between the legend of Sekhmet, in which she went on a rampage caused by the evil of people, to an appropriate warning for us now, because we allow ourselves to be drugged into giving up the political and economic power that we could use to stop the destruction of the earth. She said we should heed Sekhmet's warnings. and stop sipping the drug of lies, allowing ourselves to be disemboweled by consumerism and substance abuse. She sees Sekhmet as a liberated human animal who will not allow the destruction of Mother Earth. Sekhmet has become an icon and archetype of imminent female power. In this goddess, this archetype of fire and transformation, we see all phases of woman. She is the lioness mother, regal, independent, instructive, loyal, and playful as she indulges her cubs, yet she is certainly capable of destruction if she must protect herself or her children. She is might and right, and one feels safe in her embrace. She works in partnership beside other lionesses in her pride to feed and protect her family, or she goes it alone when necessary, standing in her own authority and authenticity. A mother and healer, it is said she created humanity with either her tears or her breath. Her consort, Ptah, is the Egyptian builder god, and her son, Mehes, the patron of doctors. She is the stuff of creation, not devastation, as patriarchal myth would have you believe. Beautiful and capable, the essence of transformation, you call upon her to assist you to remove obstacles with her power and blinding light. See her golden eyes as lasers, able to crumble the most formidable foes. In rituals, she may be called upon to heal us physically and mentally, and we might enlist her strength to help us banish what no longer serves us. To embody Sekhmet, to feel her fire, is to become the empowered woman or man capable of standing up to life's challenges and accomplishing your goals. To know her is to be able to find your sacred roar, to change yourself and the world.